Big 550 KTRS. This hour is presented by Collier & Thompson Kitchen and Bath. Visit them today at collierandthompson.com.
8:23 on KTRS. Lots to get to. Amazing Race, Leno and Letterman and Jimmy Fallon. But first, we start Gail Pennington, TV critic extraordinaire with our local hometown newspaper. Good morning, Gail Pennington.
Good morning, McGraw-Millhaven.
Women Tell All tonight.
Yeah, how exciting is that going to be?
Oh, well, I'm pretty excited about the whole thing.
Because the woman from last week is a little annoyed.
Yes, the daggers in her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she's mad because something went on in the fantasy suite?
I think she's mad because she lost.
Right.
It's a game and it's a competition, and you want to see a woman angry, you tell a woman no when she wants to hear yes.
Right.
And I'm old enough and smart enough to know that if you want to keep a woman happy, just say yes to her.
And that sort of sums up your whole romantic life, doesn't it?
That is exactly right. All I have to do is just say yes and do what they want, and life will be so much easier.
So which one of the final two do you think Sean's going to be going with next week?
I don't know. This whole letter that he gets really is weirding me out. I don't know if it's a little ploy or if it's something really big.
You know it's a ploy. That they're just trying to trick you.
But they've said this is the most controversial ending ever. No,
the most controversial ending ever is when the guy didn't pick anyone.
Well, that's, the guy, I'm going to stick up for the guy here. There was a girl, Jen Sheff, who didn't pick either guy. She didn't get the criticism that guy got.
That's true.
Yes, exactly.
Because a woman can break a man's heart, and that's perfectly okay, but not vice versa.
Back to my point.
Do you know that rule?
Back to my point. Yes,
right.
Indeed. All right, good. So now here's my question for you. How come The Bachelor doesn't have their finale during sweeps?
Because it's not that popular anymore.
Really? Okay. But they still run it during sweeps.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so.
The timing is just off. Maybe when did The Bachelor start? It's too long to start to finish.
A little after January, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's switch to anyway. Women Tell All tonight, and then the stunning conclusion next Monday night.
Right.
What's this story about Jay Leno? Is this the final days of Jay Leno for real?
NBC said no, but I mean, who knows? He's kind of. He wants the job and he hates the job. Yeah. And he wants to retire and he really never wants to retire. I mean, they could be trying to force him out.
Right. Jay Leno, the rumor is that Jay Leno out by 2014 and then Jimmy Fallon to replace Jay Leno.
Mark my words, if Leno leaves, he'll come back.
What's interesting, though, is they're saying that Jimmy Kimmel on ABC is stealing thunder from both Leno and Letterman.
I haven't looked at those ratings lately, but when Jimmy moved to 10:30, he was doing great. He was winning the time period. And the thing they love about Jimmy is that his audience is much younger.
Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Right, yeah.
And Leno's audience is the oldest of the three. Fallon's audience will be much younger.
Right. It seems like NBC really has, since Carson resigned or retired, they really haven't had any plan for the last 25 years.
But look at poor NBC. They don't have any plan for anything. In a lot of nights they lose to Univision.
Now you're joking.
Ratings.
You're joking, but
no,
last week
I'm not joking. They're the fourth place network.
I know. I read that and I couldn't believe it. Univision,
which we don't have here, is a broadcast network that's in Spanish.
It's in Spanish,
and it's a broadcast network, not a cable channel.
And this channel, this Spanish-speaking channel, beat NBC in the ratings. So NBC is fourth or fifth, I guess.
Fifth, before the CW.
What's going on at NBC?
Well, they're sort of in a downward spiral. They can't create any new hits. They don't have many shows that anyone watches, and so it's hard to promote their new shows.
And whatever they had, whether it was The Office, I guess that's sort of past its prime.
And 30 Rock is gone.
Right, yeah. So whatever they had isn't working anymore. That's unbelievable that they can't find somebody to program a network like that.
Well, it's hard, but it only takes a couple of shows to turn them around.
Right. But I mean, I can't believe. I mean, NBC was growing up. NBC was a juggernaut. Right?
Well, look at what NBC Thursday nights always were.
Right. I mean, you went from Hill Street Blues to Cosby to Seinfeld to Friends. I mean, that's a 25, 30-year run. That is just. I mean, that's a nice run. But the mighty's fallen, I guess.
Oh, it's very sad.
Anything we should watch for TV this week?
This is the slowest week I remember in TV. It's like nothing is happening.
Nothing's happening. That's why you should watch KTRS TV.
Well, it wouldn't. The live stream wouldn't load for me this morning.
Oh, well, refresh. You should be. You should do it. You should also do a story on KTRS TV, since you're now appearing on KTRS TV.
Well, I think that's a conflict of interest.
Okay, well, so what? I think you should still do a story about it. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, Gail, when can we read you? When can we see you?
Friday Go section, Sunday A&E, and I'll have a live chat on Thursday.
If it for everybody out there, and if it doesn't load, just hit the refresh button. You should be all right. All right, Gail, have a good week. Thanks.
You too.
8:29 here in the Big 550 KTRS.